Okay, boys and girls, I want you to try number 3 on your own, but first let's analyze it together. And because I really want to teach you how to draw and how to perceive remainders, we'll draw it together as well. But you will have to come up with your own number sentence or equation and tell me what to do with the remainder and what it represents. Okay, but first let's read it together. Okay, you are organizing a trip to a museum for 110 students. Teachers and parents, okay, so not just students, a total amount of 110 people, teachers and parents. If each bus can take 25 people, how many buses do you need? Okay, let's see. We have one bus, and it's got 25 people. Two buses, another 25 people. Okay, we're up to 50, right? Let's keep going. 3 buses, and we are up to 75 people. 4 buses, and we are at 100 people. But as we know, it's 110, as you see right there. So we need, if I only take 4 buses, I still have 10 people left over. So we must take another bus. This bus will be less than half empty. But we need it because we want these 10 people to come. Okay, so as you can see, boys and girls, what does the remainder mean? Do we ignore this remainder? If we ignore this remainder, that means these 10 people will not come. So what do we do there with the remainder? I believe we need another bus. So what do we do there? So please go ahead and solve the rest of the equation as you can see here. Give me the number sentence. What is your solution? How many buses do we need to take? What does the remainder represent? What does it mean? And what do we do with the remainder? Did we just ignore it? Do we report it as a decimal or a fraction? Or do we round up the answer? Okay, go ahead and let me know. Remember that the question is, how many buses do we need? Do we need 4 or do we need 5? Okay, go ahead and solve that. For numbers 4, 5, 6, and 7, you have to give me an estimate, as you can see here. Okay, circle which one you think it will be, and then an answer. Please show your work in these blank areas when you actually divide, and you can use partial quotient or your traditional method for dividing. Let me do number 4, and this will be your key answer. Okay, please write everything I write. Okay, to solve. 15, how many 15s are in the number 4,380? Let's see. Remember that I told you multiply 15 by numbers that you know. For example, 15 times 100 is going to give me 1,500, right? But that's still not close enough. But what if I double it? What if I did 15 times 200 instead of 100? I should get double the product. So I will get 3,000, right? 3,000. That's getting pretty close. But what if I did even more? What if I did times triple, 15 times 300? Well, what is that going to give me? Again, counting by 15s. Many of you know how to do this already. 15, 30, and the next one should be, you said 45, you're correct. 4,500. Ooh, it looks like I overshot it. So I could find a happy medium in here, maybe do 15 times 40, somewhere in here, or 15 times 35, and that could give me an estimate. But I do know that my estimate is going to be in the hundreds. You see, 4,500, 3,000, 1,500. I know that it's going to be in the hundreds when I try to find how many 15s are there. So my answer is definitely in the hundreds. So circle that. And I'm going to estimate it as the following. I can round these numbers. For example, I can round that to the nearest 1,000. So I will use the number 4,000. And I can round this to the nearest 10. I'll divide it by 20. Okay? So my closest estimate will be 200. As you can see, I did right here, boys and girls. Okay? So 200 is my estimate. What is my real answer? Well, let's work on it. Let's do 4,380. Okay, sorry, that is a comma. Divided by 15. I can do either partial quotient or I can do the traditional method. I don't really have enough room to do partial quotient, so I will opt out for traditional method. So let's go ahead and try it. How many 15s are in 4? None. How many 15s are in 43? Well, I know that 15 is 1, 30 would be 2, 45 I've gone over, so I'm going to go with 2. So I write the 2 over the 3 because I'm doing the 43, and I have 30. And I subtract, and I have 13, okay, and I have to bring down the 8. So now I have 15. How many 15s are in 138? Well, I know that 15 times 10 is 150, but that goes over. What about 15 times 9? 15 times 9, I just have to subtract 15 from 150, because 15 times 10 is 150, so I just have to go down by 1, so subtract 15 from 150, and I get 135. And now I subtract that, and I get 3. Okay, I bring down the 0. And how many 15s are in 30? Exactly 2. And there we have it. So, my answer, boys and girls, is 292. 292 is the exact answer. Please copy this down as I've done so. I know it's messy, but there's my whole thinking. And this is how you should show your work. Show all that you thought about so that I know, in case you make a mistake, I know exactly where you made the mistake. And copy this down. This is your key answer, boys and girls. Go ahead and finish up to number 7. For page 113, place value, we will actually check this in class. We will do it all in class, or actually I will give you time to do it in class, and then we will check it. Boys and girls, I'm going to count this as one of the events for your report card, because in your report card you have to know how to do place value. So we will do it in class, and I will check to make sure that you know how to do it, and we will do it together, and also you will get a grade on it. Okay, if you did it all perfect, you will get a 3. Okay, boys and girls, that is it for today. I'll see you in class.